All right, now I'm on P165 of the Go Math textbook, the homework, or excuse me, not the textbook, the practice book. Okay, find the area of the figure. Okay, the first one was done for us. The formula is area equals base times height. Base is 18, height is 7. Multiplied that out, got their answer. Okay, here, same thing, area equals base times height. So you're just multiplying these two numbers, 7 times 5, and that will give you your answer there. I'll let you go ahead and do that math. Okay, next, find the unknown measurement for the figure. Okay, it's a square, so you know both sides are going to be 9. So area equals length times width, and both are going to be 9. And then remember, it's going to be yards squared, or square yards. Okay, in this one, they gave you the area, 247, equals, they gave you the base, and then you're multiplying that by 19. So now you just have to do the inverse operation. Opposite of multiplication is division. You're dividing both sides by 19 to get the height. Okay, I'll let you finish that one on your own. Excuse me. Okay, now I will go over more in depth the next two because they involve decimals and fractions, so to remind you how to do that. But then I'm going to let you do the remainder on your own, so pay attention because that's how your 5 is going to be similar to how you do number 10 and number 7, and number 6 is going to be very similar to how you do number 8. Okay, and then number 9 is going to be very similar to how we did number 3. Okay, so number 5, I'm going to show my work up here in the top right hand corner. The area is 9.18 or 9 1800ths. Area equals base times height, so 2.7 times h. I got to do the inverse operation. So I divide. The opposite of multiplication is division. What do I divide by? That same number. That's going to give me h by itself. Okay, and then I have to divide the other side by 2.7 as well. So I'm going to come down here to show that work. 2.7 into 9.18. Now I have a decimal on the outside here. You can't have that. So to get rid of it, I have to move it over 1. And if I move it over 1 on the outside, I have to move it over 1 on the inside as well. So now it's essentially doing 27 into 91.8 or 91 8/10. Okay, 27 is about 30. So I know 30 will go into 90. Oh, and I can bring my decimal straight up. I know 30 will go into 90 about 3 times. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be a 3. Let's do that. Let's see how many times, what it equals. 7 times 3 is 21. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. And I definitely can't fit another 27 in there. So that's going to be 81. Subtract gives you 10. Bring down the 8. Okay, now it looks like I'll be able to fit one more 27, and that will give me right at 108. Let's see if I add another 27. It's going to be 8. Yeah, 108. So that's now the 4th 27. So that's 4, and that's 108. Subtract gives me 0. Okay, so that's how you divide with decimals. So again, my height now is going to be 3.4. And again, remember on the tests, for example, you can always check your work. Once you get this answer for h, you can do 2.7 times 3.4 and see if that in fact equals 9.18. If it does, then your answer is correct. If it doesn't, then your answer is incorrect. So that's a quick way to check your answer as well. All right, I'm going to erase my work. You never need to, just get more scratch paper. Okay, here's a parallelogram. They gave us the area, 8 3/4. They gave us the base, 3 1/2, and then it's going to be times the height. So we have to divide both sides, inverse operation, divide both sides by 3 1/2. That gets rid of the 3 1/2 on this side, leaving you with just h, which is what I want to solve for. And then I divide this side by 3 1/2. Okay, so I'm going to come down here again to show my work. So we have 8 3/4 divided by 3 1/2. Okay, so my suggestion, there's a litany of ways you can solve this problem, but my suggestion would be to change them both to improper fractions. So 8 times 4 excuse me, is 32, plus 3 is 35/4. And then over here, 3 times 2 is 6, plus the 1 is 7/2. Now, since we have halves and fourths, I could change these both to fourths and divide straight across. Or I could do copy, change, flip as well. I could make a model, a lot of different ways to solve this. I think the most popular is copy, change, flip. So let's go ahead and do that. Flip the last one. Now I can cross simplify. 2 goes into 2 one time, 2 goes into 4 2 times. Excuse me. 7 goes into 7 one time, 7 goes into 35 5 times. Now when I multiply, 5 times 1 is 5, 2 times 1 is 2. That's an improper fraction. 2 goes into 5 2 whole times with 1 left over, so it's going to be 2 1/2. Okay. All right, I'm going to let you do the remainder of those on your own. But again, if you have questions as you get to it, especially, obviously the decimals and the fractions, you may need to rewind the video and look how I do the fractions again, or look how I do the decimals again. And then you can also raise your hand for additional help. Okay, number 11. Rana has a sticker in the shape of a parallelogram. The sticker has a base, height. What is the area? So we're just multiplying. 10.1 times 6.5. I'm going to let you do that on your own. But again, if you need additional help, you can raise your hand. But notice, just by estimating, my answer is going to be between 60 and 70. Okay, right around there. So if your answer is way off from 60 or 70, definitely raise your hand. Let's take a look at it. Okay, and I know that because 10.1 is about 10, 6.5 it's right in the middle. So if you were to round it down, it'd be 60, close to 60. If you were to round it up, it'd be 70. So your answer should be in between 60 and 70. Excuse me, I got a little bit of allergies this morning. Okay, a parallelogram shaped tile has an area of 48, so they gave me the area. The base is 12, and then it's times the height. Remember, our formula is always area equals base times height, or if you have a rectangle, area equals length times width. So now you just do the inverse operation, divide both sides by 12. That's going to get rid of your h on this side, or get rid of your 12, leaving you with just h, and then do this division to find out what h equals. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.